on, guys? Dad Dash here, and I wanted to do a special video today going over, it's kind of a gig phone review, I guess is what I could call it, but going over my experience with the S22 Ultra and why I am calling this the absolute best phone that you can buy for gig work. So I want to get into this here. I'm going to go over what makes this a great phone. I'm going to get into and show you how I have it set up. I'm going to go over a couple of apps that you can get and make the experience exceptional, and go over a few of the things that the Samsung One UI does that no other phone out there does, no other Android phone does, that makes this such a unique experience. Now, I am traditionally and personally an iPhone user. I will always be a personal iPhone user. It's what my family's on. It's what I have everything. I'm well invested into the ecosystem of iPhone, and I like iPhones. However, as I've come to realize over the last few months, as I explored deeper into the Android ecosystem and started to use some flagship level Samsung devices, I realized that, you know what, from a perspective for gig work, there is no better device than the device you're looking at right now. Now, you can do the things I'm going to show you with some of the lower end devices. The only difference you're going to potentially run into is some issues maybe with a little bit of lag, or it might freeze up, or the phone may have some problems at some point if you push it too far. But some of the things I'm going to be showing you how to do is going to be intense multitasking things. And with the apps that you're going to have running, with all the gig apps that you're going to be doing, you're going to be pushing the phone beyond its limits. And it will sometimes tend to run a little bit hot, so be aware of that as well. So guys, let's jump into the phone here. We're going to go ahead and put the phone up and the phone screen up on the side-by-side here. All right, so I am now sharing my screen with you. So let's get into the first thing here. You're going to see this is my home screen. So I have a couple things set up here. I have what's called a multi-app platform, and that is something I carried over from my iPhones. Now, I really don't use this much. I have it there because I want to have all the apps that I use for gig work right there on my, in a nice folder to use on the phone itself. However, what I do use and what is unique to Samsung is this slide over panel that I am able to recreate my multi-app platform, and it has all of my apps that I work, all of my apps that I need are right here. Some of them I have them in split view that I use for specifically for split view, but the main view that I use is pop-up windows. So let me show you how I have this set up. Normally I will go in, I will set up, and I will use DoorDash. Now, what I will then do is whatever other apps I'm working, I will drag them out, and you drag and you drop, and they will turn into smaller screens. Now, this is what's really unique about this is that these screens, right, that you're seeing, and there you will minimize them. So you tap the top there, you can see the little minimization, those two little inward arrows or arrows pointing together or towards each other, puts that into a minimization or minimizes them. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'll use this because I want to see my screenshots. And then I will go and I'll do Instacart or just put it up there. And I'm not signed into all of these, but I just wanted to show you. So now, when I open that up, it creates this nice little panel that you can use here. And when I want to go in and check that app, there it is. Send it back into the panel. Check Uber. There it is. Send it right back into the panel. So this is exceptionally nice when you're multi-apping, because all of these apps are actually running still. So this is where I was talking about. You're going to be pushing the phones to its limit. And when you start using some of the lower end Samsung models and you do this, you're going to start seeing slowdown. The phone may start crashing. So you want to be careful. Hence why I have said that this particular model, the S22 Ultra, is the one that, to me, is the beast. Now, what I will do, the normal screen that I'll have set up, and I'll have it set up in my car looking just like this. And I'll resize that out just a little bit. So this is what you're going to see right here. And, of course, you're seeing them up on the screen there. But I will keep it just like this. And the reason why is because then I can switch between Uber Eats, Grubhub, And then, of course, if I want to go see DoorDash, I can just minimize those tabs, and there's DoorDash right there. So I will keep it like that simply because I want to be able to have all the apps up and running, and I want to be able to see them. Now, the other addition, there's some apps you can add to the phone that also makes this experience second to none. One of those apps is the driver utility app. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into the driver utility app itself in this video. I'm just going to show you that it's there. Actually, I guess I just opened Maximo. I apologize. I clicked the wrong one. But we'll get into that one in a second. The driver utility app is an enhancement for the DoorDash app. Now, it is a paid app if you want to get the most out of it. But the things it does is incredible. And when you combine the driver utility app, the Maximo app, and then the pop-up windows, the split screen functionality, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Now, the split screen functionality you can get on any Android phone, but the pop-up windows are specific to Samsung. I don't really use the split screen too much because the pop-up windows is all you really need. Now, the other thing that I have set up here is, if you notice, there's little blue bars that are on the sides there. I have that set up because I set it up with the Good Lock app and turned on the one-handed functionality. And what that allows you to do is do a little swipe there and boom, screenshot. Swipe from the right, boom, screenshot. This allows me to collect screenshots effortlessly as I'm moving through my workflow, as I'm moving in and out of the restaurants without having to really think about it. When I want to screenshot it, swipe, swipe, swipe. When I get to the end, I'll clean it up. If there's stuff I don't need, I'll get rid of them. But that way I'm capturing everything that I need. Now, the other functionality that these apps provide, and again, I'm not going to get too deep into these apps, but this will actually auto screenshot for you. It will automatically push whatever app is, like, so for DoorDash, for instance, the driver utility app will push that up on my screen, show me the order. It will speak the contents of that order to me. It will also auto decline and auto accept based on the parameters that I set up. And then it will turn the apps on and off once I accept an order, making sure that I'm not putting myself in a position to be tempted to do unethical multi-apping, where I'm stacking up apps. Now, if I want to do that, of course, I can go back in, turn the apps back on, and manually override it. But what a lot of time happens is it's taking it off, so you don't have that instance where maybe you accept an order, you're heading to the restaurant, and you forget to turn the apps off, and lo and behold, something comes through and tempts you. That can't happen because it's going to automatically pop up the app, take it offline. If it's DoorDash, it'll put it on pause. The other thing that it does, driver utility app does, is it automatically unpauses you. So as it's turning down the apps that or the offers that you don't like, that you set up the parameters for it to turn down, and it puts you on that inevitable 10-minute pause because you turned down too many, pops you right back in. Now, what I have found is this has absolutely increased my order volume because it's showing with the DoorDash app, it's keeping you up to date, it's keeping you from missing anything, it's keeping you going, it's keeping your orders coming to you, or it's keeping the order flow going. So you're getting rid of the bad orders, letting the good orders come in, and it's awesome. It also has one-click decline, where you hit decline, it'll analyze the order, and then go ahead and give a reason to DoorDash. So all these things are specific to Android phones. They're not necessarily specific to Samsung with what you can do with these apps. But both of these apps are incredible. And I'll show you the Maximo app just so you can see it. Here it is. Now, these are paid apps. Cost about $15 a month. If you want to get full functionality for all of the apps, I recommend you do so. It is a heck of a compliment, and it has absolutely made me turn into a Samsung Ultra 22 Ultra user pretty much all the time. My iPhones have been sitting, besides the one I used to film with, the others have been relegated to backup status. I also have an S22, and what I will do with that is I will use this phone, the S22 Ultra, because I want to get top performance. I will use this phone for food delivery. The other apps, the other phone becomes my grocery delivery, and I will set it up in the same way. 3 apps popped up, or sometimes I'll do a split screen view. And let me show you a split screen view really quick here. I'll pop it up there for you, and you can see there's Uber and Grubhub. right there. So you can see split screen comes into effect, and I can interact with both apps. I can slide it up, and if an order comes and I need to look at a bigger viewpoint, and also, excitingly enough, I can also take and drag and drop. There is now 3 apps up on my screen. That's DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. Now, the drag and drop functionality is, again, something only you can get on Samsung, which makes this just an unbelievably efficient tool to use for gig work. So guys, it's for those reasons. I'm not going to get into specs of the device because it really doesn't matter, besides the fact that just understand this has the top processing power. It's got the top RAM, and if you get this device, it's going to run like a beast. It's a workhorse. You can get this device on Samsung. Great deals are always going on. I highly recommend you grab one if you can. Even if you're an iPhone user like me personally, pick this up, make this your gig device. You will not be disappointed. Samsung has also drastically improved its support of the device, so you're going to get at least 3 years out of 3 years of updates, which is exceptional. Plus, you get security patches. So this is a device that will stay around and be able to be used for a long time. Well, that was one of my gripes for Samsung. Now, there are some pain points when you're using a Samsung or an Android device when it comes to app glitches and making sure you keep up with your updates. But what I have found is, originally a long time ago, I stated that I thought the pain points on Android were just too much. Go with an iPhone. With all of the things that DoorDash is doing with iPhone and all the ways that the apps are trying to track you and know that you're switching between apps, the iPhone has become more difficult of a device to use for multi-apping. It's not impossible. You certainly can do it, but I highly recommend, if you're going to multi-app with an iPhone, you're going to have multiple devices, at least 2, if not 3, depending on what your budget is, depending on, what you're looking for. So that, to me, if I can simplify everything, put it in one device, tracking is here, automatic screenshotting, the stress levels of being out in a chaotic, busy Friday night, Saturday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, it's so much easier to operate and live. And that's due to just the incredible things that you can do with this. Middleton Technology, hats off for what you've done here with the Maximo and the driver utility app. It truly is an incredible device, or an incredible apps. So guys, I wanted to just jump in here and give you that little tutorial, kind of that little view inside. You can set your phones up like this, even if you don't have an S22 Ultra. If you've got a S22, S21, any of the flagship devices, you want to make sure you have at least 4 gigabytes of RAM. 8 is good, and 12 is optimum. Some of the devices, older devices, you can go up to 16, I think, on a S21 Ultra. You're good to go. So you can use any of those devices that have a high amount of RAM. But I recommend getting this device because the S Pen is built into it, and it's going to have a longer update cycle that you can depend on. So, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, hit that subscribe button. If you liked today's video, hit that like button and share this with at least one person that you think could gain value. And I'll be talking to you soon.